Moving into our next topic of discussion, because I really want to talk about it.
What is
Do you
it?
really?
The Destiny 2 beta dropped, and I've been playing it. Am I the
Can't
only one at the
stand
table that played Destiny 2 beta?
Yeah.
I watched you and then immediately fell asleep.
Fell asleep?
Yep.
Okay. It sounds about right. The Destiny 2 beta has been going on for 3 days now,
Okay.
I think about.
Mm-hmm.
So I've played like pretty much every day. I didn't play yesterday. But I played the strike like 4 or 5 times. I've done the opening mission 3 times.
Can we talk about how we tried to go live and it just
Yeah, we made a whole post and everything on Instagram.
immediately failed?
Yeah, it was just like there was a lot of complications, and we didn't have like a hard jack into the modem, so like
Then the visual
the signal
would
was
cut out.
horrible. Yeah, the visuals would cut out constantly. We tried to do it through the system, and that wasn't working because it wouldn't work with the camera. It was just like a whole mess. But we still did get to play it. Elias, you're a big Destiny fan.
I have not played the beta yet.
Yeah, I mean, but
So
it's fine.
I'm not as
By the way, the
excited.
beta is open to you right now.
I know. I'm just not. I have zero desire to play Destiny right now.
Really?
And I'll explain why. So
Because I'm on the opposite end. I hopped in and I was like, oh, I forgot how much I missed Destiny.
Well, I've been playing since
Vanilla?
the beta for vanilla.
Yeah, me too.
So and I had friends that played alpha, and they were like, "This is gonna be out of control good. This is gonna be incredible." And I was like, "Okay." And I jumped in on the beta, and I was like, "Okay, now I see what you're talking about." And then I've been playing the game. I played all the expansions, all that fun stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was just this point where Bungie got like really like, I don't know. I want to say they just kind of got stagnant with their like content and how they kept up with the community.
You mean like the beginning? Like the entire vanilla version of that game?
No, just everything. Like even like the only like moment that I was like, this is really refreshing for me was Taken King when it first came out.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
everyone's point.
And then I thought that Rise of Iron was going to be like, this is awesome. And it was awesome for 11 minutes. And then I was like, this is really short. And that was it. And I beat Rise of Iron. I got, like tier 12 gear, all that fun stuff. I did the raid a couple times. Some successful, some unsuccessful, as it goes. And I just kind of like, I don't know, I got bored of the game. I was like, there's nothing else for me to do.
So this beta doesn't like interest you at all to play it?
To be honest, I might go home and download the beta today, see if it interests me in any way, shape, or form. But like, I haven't even pre-ordered the game. I thought I was gonna pre-order the game. When
I didn't pre-order the game either. I got a code.
Like, I really thought I was gonna do it, and I was like, no. You know what I pre-ordered? I've told you, I pre-ordered Formula 1 2017. I'm more excited for Formula 1.
But
than
that's
I am
something you
for-
really like. That's okay to be more excited for that.
I know, but like, you know, when was the last time I played a Formula 1 game, bro? It's like fucking like Formula 1, like 2010 or some shit like that.
Formula 1. Formula.
Formula 1. So it's been a while since I played a Formula 1 game. And like now I see Destiny, and I'm like, I'm hearing that they've got like little things, like now the
Okay, so
like the ledge grabbing thing.
Okay,
I heard
no,
was
no.
kind of cool.
There's let me go through this Destiny 2 beta, right? So the things that you get out of it, you get some story because you get the first story mission, you get Homecoming, and you get it in its entirety. Like a lot of the big outlets were saying like this wasn't covered when we went to go see it the first time. Like there's a lot more of it. There's a lot more characters in it. So it takes you through the first level. So you get a nice little like chunk of like how story missions are going to be, and it seems way more fleshed out. There's way more interaction with like actual characters in the game, like Cade Six and Zavala and Ikora and stuff like that. You actually fight with them. There are moments where like you're interacting with them, right?
Okay.
Where like Zavala is like protecting you with his shield when like a ship like launches a barrage and shit like that. It's really cool.
Okay.
So that's really cool. But that's the only really story beats you can take from. So it looks like it's going to be way more fleshed out, and the developers, like the head of Bungie's talking about how he hopes that people get annoyed at how much story there is. He's like, there's so much story now. Like we focus so much on story, and like we really gave you, because that was the biggest complaint going in, like people had with Destiny 1. That was one of the biggest complaints, is that like the story was non-existent.
You're right, but then that concerns
random.
me is like if you guys put that much
Let
effort
me
into
finish.
story,
Let me finish.
what's gonna fall down by the
So,
wayside?
The gameplay is still great. Gunplay is still amazing. It's Destiny. Like it's one of the best first-person shooters. One of the best feeling first-person shooters that I think I've ever played on a console, at least. I'm not a big PC first-person shooter guy. Maybe there's better ones there. So you go through that mission, and then you have access to the Strike, and you have access to Crucible.
Okay.
It's one map on Crucible, and it's either control, and then having played competitive, I think competitive might be, I want to say, like team battle.
This is basically a sampling.
Yeah. But it's not like, remember in the first beta, it was kind of just like the beginning of the game, and you got a patrol area. Like you don't get a patrol area here. You don't get anything like that.
More control.
You get to go into like orbit, but like you don't get to see any of the planets that are there. And then the strike gives you a little bit of like exploration space when you start the strike before you go into strike specific area. But then other subclasses have changed.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So they're like retweaked and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think enough for it to show enough promise where I'm excited for Destiny 2. I'm excited to see what the full release has. I'm excited to see what they bring, what their loot looks like, what the systems are going to be, because it seems way more streamlined. They got rid of intellect, strength, and what was the other one? It was in discipline. Now it's mobility, resilience, and something and recovery.
And do they do different things completely?
Yeah,
this time?
now it's very much 1-to-1. Now it's very much like, hey, your mobility is your movement speed. Your resilience is how much hits you can take, like how much armor you have. Your recovery is how quickly you recover after taking damage.
Right.
So it's like it's way more. It makes a lot more sense, right? It's a lot more intuitive.
Strength and discipline dealing with like
grenade recharge and melee recharge.
Yeah,
it's
like that.
dumb.
I mean, I got it, but it was just for a while. It seemed a little sort of, I don't know.
Every subclass or every character has their own third ability that's triggered with like circle or
B.
what's that, B or PC? I don't know what it would be on PC.
Right click.
Yeah, so like the Titans have two different kinds of shields. Like they have a big bubble shield like Orisa in Overwatch. Or they have like a smaller like hip level shield that when you crouch behind it automatically reloads your gun.
Oh, okay.
And then Fade Step for hunters, which is like they have like
it's
a dodge roll.
Like Shadow Step.
Except when you Shadow Step, you can either have it choose to instantly recharge your melee or have it instantly reload your gun.
Okay.
And then the Warlock drops a fucking AoE health zone.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty. And those are like just cooldown skills. Like it's not. It's like your melee or your grenade. Like it's just a cooldown.
Right. Okay.
So it's different enough for me to be like, okay, this looks really interesting. Like this looks cool.
Right. Oh, I'll give it a shot. I mean, there's nothing wrong with giving it a shot, and you can still technically pre-order.
I'll play with
the
you
game.
tonight.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can still technically pre-order the game, right?
You can pre-order up to, I think.
Like,
I mean, digitally, I think you can pre-order up like a few days before it launches.
All right.
I'm not pre-ordering it. I can buy it day of. I don't need to pre-order it right now. I don't like pre-ordering games because I don't like giving someone my money before they give me a product. Like I feel like that's.
I think
I'm trying to be better about it.
Yeah, but that depends.
Yeah.
Like I mean, to move away from Destiny for 2 seconds, we'll come right back to it. Like, as I was telling you guys earlier, I pre-ordered Formula 1, right? But I know what I'm getting. And that's kind of like the thing that I've always told you guys, that I love the simplicity of racing games, is it's very difficult to screw them up. Like when I pre-ordered Formula 1, the only thing that I'm getting out of the pre-order is that I get a specific classic Formula 1 car that I really, really want. There's no other way to get it other than pre-ordering it, right? But on top of that, I know that as far as DLC is concerned for racing games, it's always going to be the same shit. I'm going to get more cool cars. And if I'm lucky,
more shit to do with them.
Yeah, more shit to do with them. If I'm lucky, I might get some cool new tracks to race on. So it's very concrete what I'm getting. You know, it's not like with Destiny where you get DLC and it's like, this story might suck, or this new map might be terrible, these new enemies might be uninspiring, or if you pre-order, be like, dude, am I really going to spend that kind of money for like a special skin or like a special weapon like that I'm likely going to be able to get a year from now anyways? Like,
Mitzi, do you fall into pre-order culture? Like, do you do the whole pre-order thing?
I do if it's something I'm really looking forward to. I think I've only done it once or twice, and I did it because I knew that it was going to be sold out almost immediately.
Okay, so you were just like, I need to like reserve my shit. Right
Give me an example.
Correct.
The Switch.
I wish.
Well, like
I
a game
that
that you pre-ordered.
It was a really long time ago, but it was for a boyfriend that I was dating at the time. I knew he really wanted a Forza game that was coming out.
Forza Horizon?
I want to say it was around 2008, 2009.
That would have been likely one of the first Forzas then.
Yeah, not Horizon.
No,
so probably Forza 3?
Between Forza 3 and Forza 1, somewhere in there. I don't
Something
remember
like
the dates.
that.
Okay.
Oh, whatever. And he really wanted it, and I knew that if I didn't pre-order it, it would have gone like
disappeared.
Just
it
disappeared.
It just would have been gone.
And then I would have been empty-handed,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to do that. So I pre-ordered. I was like, here's my money, and give it to me when it's ready.
But pre-ordered for you, like what have
Pre-ordered
you
for
actually?
me. I'm trying to remember the last time I pre-ordered something, and I know I did. I just can't remember what it was. But yeah, I'll do it. I really don't. I don't mind. Like, why not? Why?
Well, I mean, I see where James is coming from. Like, I can get that concept. Like, I don't want to give you people money before I know the kind of product that I'm getting.
Yeah, but aren't you doing that
also
anyway?
doesn't hold them accountable. Wait, how? If you're not pre-ordering the game, you're waiting for the product to come out, looking at the reviews.
I get what she's saying, though, but like in that there's a lot of people that won't pre-order on that basis, but they'll still go buy the game after the first week it's been out, and they won't do like research. Like, I'll give you an example. I pre-ordered The Division because I got hyped as fuck for that game.
Right.
Like, the first time that they showed any footage of the game, I was like, well, that's it. Awesome. Tactical Destiny. I'm in. And so you understand, I pre-ordered the like VIP edition, and I cosplayed for the release at a GameStop because I have a bunch of the gear.
I love it.
And in fact, I will show pictures, and I'll give James permission to put them up on
Yes,
the YouTube so
please.
you guys can on the YouTube. Listen to me,
for,
I'm 90.
for Division.
Yes,
You Division cosplay.
I'm
I
also
did.
putting that fucking thing on Instagram, so you better
Yeah, no,
send that shit to me right now.
It came out pretty good. Like I really liked it. And it was fun. And a bunch of people showed up to the midnight release, which I didn't think there was gonna be one, but there was legit like 30 people there, and I was the
I showed up
only
to the
person
midnight
dressed
release.
up. And people were like, people looking at me like, "Whoa, this guy really wants to play." And I was like, "No, I'm playing tonight." That didn't happen, obviously, because the servers were completely full. So that was my mistake.
The queues for that game were like,
oh,
you're number 164.
Jesus.
I bought the game. We got it at midnight. We stayed. We hung out. There was the Starbucks next door at the time was super nice. The manager decided to stay open.
Also, they're gonna make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, he didn't care. He's a gamer too. So he's like, yeah, I'll stay open. He did the whole thing, made coffee, a bunch of shit for everybody. Everybody ordered all their stuff. We had pastries. It was awesome. We were there till like 1:30, almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I went home. I put in the game. I couldn't get in. I couldn't play that game until 6 o'clock in the evening the following day.
Because it was just so congested.
It was just so packed. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like at one point, I got to get in and like look at the safe house that we were in, and I was like, "This is cool," and it just kept kicking me out.
Oh, I remember. I think I did it for a Call of Duty game. I want to say around 2000. I'm just making noises at this point.
2007, 2008, 2009.
No. After that, it was
2010, 11.
I want to say 2011, 2010, around there.
Is that Ghosts or Black Ops?
I
That might be
think
Black Ops.
It might be Black Ops.
Sounds like Black Ops.
Yeah. So I pre-ordered that one because at that time, Call of Duty was like the thing.
Black Ops is also like really, Call of Duty. That was
Yeah.
coming off of like
There was a lot of hype around
Modern
it.
Warfare 3.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
It was really,
Yes.
which was, I mean, Call of Duty's Call of Duty. I think that the same thing that happened to you when it came to like servers and stuff like that, I'm really interested to see what happens with Destiny 2. Because I think a lot of people were kind of like done with Destiny 1 and they fell off. And a lot of people maybe were just like, oh, everyone started playing already. I don't want to jump in because I don't want to be that guy that's like, like always catching up like the little brother. But I think this game offers such like, and from what I can tell, such a great fresh start. It's just like, hey, you don't need to know anything about the first one. You don't need to have like none of your gears passing over. Nothing's like you're starting anew. The only thing that players who have been playing get is like you can keep your character aesthetic. That's it.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see how it does coming off of this beta because I think this beta has been pretty popular.
Yeah.
I mean, Destiny's a pretty popular game, so
Okay.
it's
I'm
it's going to
excited.
be interesting. I love Destiny.
Like
I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, like
I can't wait to play forward.
I haven't played the beta, so like I said, I'm not really. I guess I don't
Play with
have
me
that.
tonight.
I will. I'm just saying, like, since I haven't played it, that's a fair assumption that I wouldn't really be into it. But from your description, it kind of makes me want to get back on.
It's even the enemy, like the way they've changed the Cabal. Like the Cabal have now like the Phalanx Cabal, like the one with the shields. They have like deployable shields where like it drops and it creates like a barrier that like other enemies can hide behind and shit. Like it's really cool. They have incendiary ones. They have like incendiary ones with tanks. Like in the Division, remember the guys with tanks on their back?
Yes.
They have that now.
Oh,
like
wow.
there's a Cabal with like fucking flamethrowers and shit. Yeah. So we're looking at Elias's cosplay picture.
I'm putting this on the Instagram.
And unfortunately,
he looks
and
so
unfortunately,
good.
Dope.
we obviously can't bring like the like guns and stuff. into the into the GameStop, and I had called ahead of time. I was like, look, the airsoft guns, they have like the orange tip, and the lady was super nice. She's like, that would be incredible, but
no.
I can't, because not only are there cameras, but that's illegal. So I
That's
was like,
illegal.
you got it. Thanks for hearing me out at least.
Were you able to wear anything else?
What I did wear, the
Like a
closest
sidearm?
thing I got was I wore the drop leg, which is basically, for those of you who don't know what a drop leg holster is, it's when you see cops that they carry their gun not on their hip but
Thigh
on
holster.
their thigh, kind of like Laura Croft. So like that, and I had it on one side and I had it empty, and the whole idea was like, I'm new, I haven't picked up any guns yet.
Nice.
So
Nice. Roll with it.
I try to.
So that's that. I hope you hop on with me and play tonight.
I will.
Because I think
mean,
you'll like it.
I also
think you'll be pleasantly surprised at it.
Yeah.